Hello Space Engineers, welcome back to Hephaestus Prime. Hope everybody's well and, oh, it's a bit dark. Hang on, lights on. There we go. So, how are you all doing? Me, I'm a little bit average today, so tiny little bit of a head cold, nothing major, but apologies for sounding a bit nasally. So what do we have on the cards for today? Well, I'm going to continue my work in that room that I dug out over the last couple of episodes, which has currently got some storage for components. Gonna put in manufacturing, so production facilities, and also refining facilities, so that's gonna be good. It's gonna be busy though, lots to do. Now you're probably wondering why it's so dark in here. I have made some changes to the lighting which I'll show you. Reason being that I've dug out that sort of bit of the base over there, and yeah, there's going to be quite a bit of a dark patch, so I did actually get a mod to increase the lighting, so I'll just turn these on and show you what a difference it's made. There we go, nice and bright. Now I've actually removed every second light from the ceiling. I've kept the same amount of lights underneath, so I'm going to have to do the same in here. I haven't turned these ones up yet. So we'll just jump in here and I'll show you what the mod is and what it's able to do. So I'll just jump in here and find the lights for this room. There they are. Now with this mod, normally the interior lights have a maximum radius of 20 meters. Now it goes up to 50 meters, so that's a real benefit in here. Those roof lights reach to the ground, and yeah, it's just made the whole place a whole heap better. For what is a pretty minor mod, I'm still kind of trying to keep in vanilla. The mod itself is called Interior Light Booster, and it's by D-Ruppel, something like that, D-R-U-P-P-L. So anyway, yeah, that's really quite good. So I might actually end up removing some of these ceiling lights that I've sort of dotted in to plug gaps, because now the lights have enough radius that they actually cover everywhere. So I didn't really want to do too many mods on this game. I want to try and keep it vanilla, but I figure this one is kind of just like going to the supermarket and buying a better light bulb, so I've already taken the roof lights out above this bay, and you can see I've actually filled in the other spot there for a later vehicle, and yeah, I'll just have to think about where they take out those roof lights as well. What else have I done just while I'm here? The signs here, I've moved that for the 4th or 5th time now, so I got them in a new spot on the wall there, because down here I've got some spots for some signs for our production. So I've created a DDS file and put it into the directory, so it should be in here. And there we go. So I'll just add that, and there. So that's our signage for the production facility. So I'll just do the other two while I'm in here. Okay, so let's get this production facility underway. I'll just put these blocks down just so I can sort of get an idea of where I'm going to put things. Now I am sort of working backwards here. Normally I would start with refineries and work through to assemblers and then component storage and that sort of thing, but I've got the component storage already there, so I am working backwards. Now a lot of that's to do with the beast, of course. The fact that I've had this quite awesome production facility here the whole time, and that's why this has kind of taken so long, is that I haven't needed to do it because the beast has been there doing the work. But now I need to really step up a gear, and I want to really start producing quite a bit of stuff. So I'm putting in 2 assemblers, so that's where they will go, and I'll plumb them into the storage, so there'll be a sorter which will pull out all the components and load it into those storage containers. And I'm also going to put efficiency modules of some description on, whether I put speed ones on or something like that. I'm not too sure. I'll decide that soon. But I am going to complete it. I'm not going to do a piecemeal approach. I'm going to just build the whole thing of what I think I'm going to need, whether I need it or not right now. So 2 assemblers, 2 refineries, and all the storage to go with it. So it's going to be a big day of construction. And yeah, with that in mind, I think what I might do is just sort of get the groundwork for each of these components of the production set up, and then I'll do a sped up montagey thing to sort of show you through the rest before I get on to the next stage. So first up, completion of the assemblers with efficiency modules and a connection to the component storage with an automatic pull. Okay, so that's the end of stage one. Got the assemblers built, got two of them. I ended up putting power, correction, I didn't put power modules on because I've got plenty of power. There's no shortage of that here. I decided to put speed modules on, so 3 on each. And yeah, the what's the other module? There's the efficiency module, which gives you extra resource, but that's not available for the assemblers. That's only for the refineries, so that's why I didn't put that one on. Anyway, so moving on to some storage now for the ores. Now I'm going to put 3 containers over here to mirror what I've got for the components on the other side. I don't think I'm actually going to need them because I'm pretty sure the refineries will keep up, certainly with the stone, and that's the only thing that's really going to come in bulk, I think. Probably a lot of the ores are going to get refined elsewhere. Well, yeah, a few of them anyway. I can't see any big volumes of ore coming into here. But then again, there will be some types of ore, like the cobalt for instance, which does clog up the system, so to just be able to pop that in there. Speaking of clogged up systems, I do once again apologise for my blocked nose today. It's just not making life very easy for me. Now, I've popped the sorter in here, which I'm going to just temporarily put components in so I can grab them out of this container in order to, well, grab stuff to build while I make these other two. And I'll probably put a second sorter on as well. One on pull to sort of fill them up, and then another one that essentially bypasses it so that the refineries can grab it as well. I think that the sorter on drain may just slow down the ores going in too much. It does create a bit of a bottleneck, and that's just how the sorters work on drain. It's kind of, it's not like a continuous conveyor belt. It's more like somebody shoveling dirt. You know, you take one scoop, shovel it, take a scoop, shovel it. So yeah, they can be a little bit of an Achilles heel, a little bit of a bottleneck. So yeah, I'll probably put a second one in, but that's the 3 containers, so that sort of mirrors the other side. Now, once again, just going to have to put a LCD screen on here, which will actually act as a bit of an anchor point for the elevated walkway. Yeah, same as the other end. And it is quite good just having, oops, just sorry, got stuck there. It is quite good having that information of what's in the container sort of in front of me, so I don't have to go looking for it. It's just quite good having that sort of information, yeah, available in front of you. Now just pop these railings down, and that way I can then put a little bit of a walkway in between them, and then from that I can construct off of that. They should just fit in there. Yeah, there we go. It's all coming back to me. Can be a little bit of a challenge with this walkway stuff of getting the anchor points right, and yeah, just trying to sort of get it to all knit together so it works. It's also a bit of a shame you can't sort of put stuff on top of it too. Like maybe there needs to be a version. I know you can sort of turn it upside down and walk on the underside of it, and that way you can put stuff on top like I did in the underneath the beast. But it would be good as if you had it looking like this, but it was actually a layer below. And then you could walk on it and put stuff on there as well. So yeah, that's probably a custom asset type thing. I mean, it might be available for all I know, but I'm sticking with the vanilla stuff. So I just continue to weld these up, and then we will get on with the refineries. Okay, so that's all just about done now. I also put in some other posts and stuff as well. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Right. Now, so that's sort of, that's the in there. And the ore will go through there, and then it'll go into the refineries, which I'll sort of put along the back there, I think. And, oh, the ingot container. So I need to have some containers for that too, which they can just go in the middle there somewhere. I'm sure they'll fit in. Probably only need one of those, because the ingots don't take up that much room. But then again, okay, right. Now that sorter, I don't think I actually need that there, because the refineries will pull it. Yeah, I was thinking that that was going to go into the ingots, but no, we need to go from those containers into the refinery. So I'll just get the right colour, and then I'll put in a couple of conveyors. And then I'll need to go to a conveyor junction. And yeah, just need to put a little bit of a trench in. So I'll keep that one going over here. Okay, so that's the conveyor system for the first one sort of laid out. And then I'll put the refinery up on top of there, and there'll still be room for a walkway in front. Yeah. And then I'll have all the modules on the back, like speed module and stuff. Need some components to get this started. Now, all those speed modules and the refineries themselves take quite a bit. So I'll just try and get this in the right spot. There we go. Sure there's a conveyor under that corner. So what I might do is actually put in like a welder arm, and that'll just save me going back and forth all the time. Yeah, so what I might do is do another speed up thing. You can sort of see what I'm doing here. And yeah, we'll charge through and finish off the refineries. Pokey pokey, just having to program the sorter, so just doing ores individually rather than the group because I don't want to include ice. It's a little bit of a drawback just with ice. It's anyway. So I have to put in the second sorter because what I was finding was I was mining some stone, some quite bulk stone, using those drills that I've got set up outside, and that the sorter was not keeping up with the refinery. it was making the refinery go very stop-start. So you can see the drills here are really dealing to this stone here. So we're able to get quite a lot of volume into those refineries. So I've still got the one sorter which is on pull. So that's just able to clear up and drag out any stone or walls or anything that might be sort of tucked away in a container somewhere. But then I've also got the other one which is free flowing just as a filter, and that way the refineries can just suck the stone through. And if we come over here and have a bit of a listen, they're sort of all pretty good. And ingots here, they are absolutely chewing through the stone and creating 6,000 iron already. That's awesome. Fantastic. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is continue to put these walkways in and sort of link everything up on a couple of different levels. And yeah, I'm just thinking that I'm probably going to be all over the show and putting stuff in all sorts of wrong places and having to redo things, as I've already done quite a bit today. So what I might do is switch the camera off and just plod through and get this place looking looking how I want it to look. And maybe I'll just come back with the end product, because there's quite a few things I want to do actually. I want to put in some screens up around the place. I've still got to, speaking of screens, I've still got to program those ones up above the containers there, the ore containers. So yeah, I think this is going to take a little bit to wrangle and get how I want it. So yeah, I think I'll turn the cameras off. And yeah, I'll just plod through this for the next few hours, and we'll come back and we'll have a bit of a tour of the finished facility. Sound like a plan? Sounds like a plan. It's a plan. We've got a plan. Right. Welcome back, everybody. Today is a new day. So I spent quite a bit of time off camera doing some stuff. And yeah, let's have a bit of a look at what I did. First of all, look at this space. So I carved out this cavern. I knew it was going to take quite a while to do, and it did indeed take quite a while. So what I did is I used the fossorial. I put down a bit of a floor, used the fossorial to sort of dig out underneath to get the floor. And then I used the centipede with the drill attachment on to sort of destroy some of the mid stuff. And then I created a little bit of a quick contraption that was able to drive along and mine the ceiling out and sort of keep it straight. Yeah, and so that all worked out quite well, really. So now I have this sort of cavernous room, which in all honesty, I don't actually know quite what I'm going to fill it with. So it'll be good just having a work area and stuff. But yeah, I've got a few ideas, but we'll just see how they play out. But for now, it's good just to get that all open and complete. I just destroyed all the stone in there. I didn't collect any more of that because I seem to have quite a bit of it now. So moving up here to our manufacturing, our production facilities. I've spent quite a bit of time on this sort of area. So first of all, these screens. So just a little bit of a summary there of what I've got. There's the ammo, which in all honesty, I don't actually know where any of that ammo is. Then we've got our ingots, which is in the central container. So I'll show you that in a minute. And you can see we've got plenty of iron there, nearly 150k of it, and lots of other stuff too. You'll note there is a little bit of uranium, so I'll talk about that in a minute. And then those are our components. So that's a static, not a static list. If you try and put them all on the one screen, then they sort of scroll through. So what I've done is I've split them up onto two screens, and I've used a keyword in the automatic LCDs. Well, not a keyword. I've done them sort of individually, so you can see there the inventory of the particular items. So that's how you program that one up. So that's just an overall for the whole base. And then the piece de resistance. Did I say that right? No, I don't know. I've put this texture TDS file into the folders, the LCD textures folder. So going through, we've got our inlet that lets all the ore come in, and we've got the pull that sort of empties out the system, and then just a filter that allows it to go in so the refineries can suck it through. All these gauges and guides and things, purely aesthetic, they mean nothing.
But yeah, and then the modules, the yield modules, again, I just assume that they're working 100%, don't know for sure. Ingot storage, so this is just a layout of how it all works. So again, you've got the ingot pool that fills the container, and then the ingot filter that kind of acts as a little bit of a plug just to sort of stop it pushing through. And then that goes through into the assemblers. If they need it, they can drag it out, and they've got the speed modules. And then from there, it goes up the component sorter will pull it all out and put it into the storage containers. And then, of course, we've got all the sorters that I put in last episode that allow the flow of components in and out of those storage containers from the rest of the base. So that's how that all works. Pretty sort of stock standard system, but yeah, using the sorters so you get stuff in the right place and don't put stuff in the wrong place. Yeah, so now if we go around here, we'll just walk through the system. So nice little sort of area here to have a drink or whatever. I put a seat in because I was always having to recharge. So there is the line in, the conveyor in, and there's our first sorter, so that pulls ore in, and that just empties it out of anywhere else in the station, in the fort. And then we've got this one here, which is not set to drain, but allows the stuff to go through so that the refineries can pull it if they need it. And speaking of the refineries, there they are, two big, massive pieces of equipment. And I'll just pop around the back here. I don't think you've seen this catwalk, but there's our yield modules and our speed modules. I didn't put any power efficiency modules on, although, yeah, I did actually use quite a bit of battery power just lately. Oh well. That's our drain there to get the ingots into the container, so that clears them out of the refinery so they don't clog up in there. And if we just go up on top of the container, then I've got the LCD screen there with the contents, so there we go. Now, while we're up here, I'll just show you these exhaust things that I've put on, just again for aesthetics. There's vents there, but they're not plumbed up, they're just purely decoration. So these are part of the DLC, the New Wasteland DLC. And how they work is you can set the percentage of when they're going to turn on, when they're going to produce smoke. So I've just got a few percent, so basically when the refinery's going, and I'll try and turn these on. So I've got some uranium I purchased at the trading post over the last few episodes, so that I've sort of stored. I've put them in the refinery. So I'll turn those on, and then because now they're working, then the exhaust produces a bit of smoke. So that's pretty cool. Chances are, if anything on the base actually starts working, it's probably gonna, because it's all connected, they'll probably still start working again. But yeah, I just thought it was quite cool how you turn the refinery on and then it produces that, and yeah. So anyway, a little bit of decoration and just another one of those cool things in the new Wasteland DLC. So we head back down the walkway, and yeah, I'm glad I didn't sort of record this because all this walkway, well, that aerial sort of stuff, I ended up moving sort of 2 or 3 times to get it in the right place, fit some posts in and stuff, so yeah. But anyway, that's the sorter that sort of just prevents the ingots going too far, and then those assemblers that you saw earlier, they'll be able to pull it through, pull the ingots out of the container, manufacture them into components, and then I've got this drain here that pulls them all into the storage, and that works all the time, so keeps everything quite tidy. Really happy with how all that came out actually. So that was several hours of work that I squished down into a rather short tour, and I've actually got a little bit of time up my sleeve. So how about we just have a look at what we're going to do tomorrow and even make a little bit of a start on it. So what I want to do next is a engineering department. Now the main part of that will be a set of welders so I can produce some ships, so a ship printer, because I need to remake grapefruits, angry limes, and the grinder module on the centipede. So I'm going to make another alcove down here, and I'll sort of put it in there, and I'm just wondering whether I actually have the welders kind of lift up out of the floor, so cover, kind of like the waste disposal unit. I have to just have a bit of a think about how I'm going to do that, because I think I probably want the welders to move rather than the ship. Yeah, the projection that is. Anyway, also I want to sort of put a viewing area in here. So it's going to come through the wall. Like I'll have an engineering section that'll be the ship printer, and then I'll have an upstairs sort of office type thing. And I'm going to put some windows in, so I'll just find those. Yep, the 2x1s. There we go. And I'll just grab some of those components as well. Okay, so that should be enough just to get going to lay it out. Now I'll put it over behind these storage containers over here. Now colour, probably just the same white as what the battery room is, so that's that. And yeah, so it'll be sloping up and they'll be behind the containers. I'm going to use 2 block high windows on a bit of an angle, and that'll be kind of like a, I guess, control room overlooking it. I just want to kind of have the aesthetic of the different departments interacting a bit more, so they're not so separated. And then with this big sort of glass wall where you'll just be able to look out over stuff, it's kind of going to replicate in other parts of the build, like maybe the command center, which I'm still struggling to figure out where I'm going to put that. But yeah, I just want to, yeah, it's just sort of a bit of an aesthetic that I want to try. And yeah, I'll use these slope blocks here, so we'll start off with these 3/4 ones. And then above those will be the 2x1 windows, and then I'll just have another single set of blocks. So that's far enough out from the container, that leaves a bit of room. I'll just drill out a little bit behind here. Now I'm just making a start on this today. I'm not going to finish this off by any means. But we'll just get the framework in, and then from there I can sort of work back into the alcove from this side probably, just so I can figure out how much room I need. Now, this window is probably not going to go because there's nothing to attach to. Yeah, I need to put just an anchor block in. So yeah, what I might do is I'll just finish this off. We'll just rush through this, and that'll pretty much finish off this room then, and you'll get an idea of what I'm trying to achieve with this sort of control room. And yeah, then that'll be us for the day. Okay, just sit down for a minute and recharge, and also take stock of what's been a pretty big day. Well, days actually for me, be only half an hour for you, but yeah, it's been quite busy sorting all this out and doing some other bits and pieces on the side, getting that big cavern empty in front of me. But yeah, really happy that the production facilities are finally done, finally, after being sidetracked so many times. Now I can really kick it up a gear and get some fabrication, some real proper fabrication happening in this base. Speaking of which, there's a start to our engineering department. Now, I was sort of struggling to figure out how I was going to do it and sort of but the sort of orientation and stuff. And now I've actually got a better idea in my head. I'm so glad that I've started that. I've got a bit more direction of, yeah, where I'm going to go with it. So that's awesome. Looking forward to the next episode and really get that sorted and get my grapefruit back. Anyway, final thing for today, I'm just getting a few bits and pieces to take over to the trading post. Just have a few acquisition contracts to cash in, which have been rattling around for a while, but yeah, that'll be me. I'm just going to do that before the sun goes down. Yeah, I think it's still raining outside though, but anyway, that'll be right. So anyway, as always, thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode today. I certainly enjoyed putting it together and playing the game. Good to see a few more people starting to watch these episodes, which is, it's not easy with the YouTube algorithm. So thanks everybody for your support, and feel free to leave a comment, like, all those sorts of things. So have a good one, stay safe out there, and hopefully we'll see you again next time. Catch you later.